Hey guys, it's Angela, Create Your Future. So in today's video, I want to talk about speaking to your desire, calling in your desire. And I really want to expand your awareness about what you're doing when you're speaking to a desire, and something that maybe you're not always aware of, but it's those inner conversations, those subconscious thoughts, those patterns that we're not always catching that are literally speaking to outcomes. Okay, so everything within you, all of your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions are speaking to outcomes, speaking to versions of people, speaking to experiences, calling those things into your reality. And we often think, well, I've said my affirmations, in the morning, I've said my affirmations, I've said my affirmations at night. But we go through the day not really paying attention to what we're thinking about. We're ruminating on things that don't serve us. We're thinking about old stories, old patterns. We're thinking about things that are completely not in alignment with what we want to experience. And when we are thinking about the old story, when we're thinking about the thing that hurt us, the thing that we don't like, the thing that happened yesterday, the thing that our SP said that was unkind, when we're thinking about those things, we are in essence speaking to that version of someone, speaking to that version of a situation and saying, I want more of you. Keep me here. Send me more of that. And so this is really just about awareness of what our thoughts are doing, right? All the time. Our thoughts all the time are connecting us to different versions of people. Our thoughts are saying, I want you. I want that. I want more of this. Keep me here. That's what your thoughts are doing. And your thoughts are speaking to situations, and you're usually probably not aware of that. So there's a quote from Neville that says, others only echo that which we whisper to them in secret. In other words, your thoughts are always speaking to someone. Your thoughts are always connecting you to someone, to an experience, to a version of someone, to a particular outcome, always whispering, okay? Always saying to them, I want you to stay. I want this experience to stay. And we have to move past those old stories, and we have to become accountable for what we're thinking about and really begin to focus and be aware. There's also a really great story in the book that quote comes from. It's The Power of Awareness, and I am looking at chapter 7 on attitude, where Neville talks about working with a woman that her boss, she felt like, was really disrespectful, critical, and hard to get along with. And as Neville, described the situation, he said it became very apparent that this woman was having negative conversations, rehearsing negative experiences with her boss on her way to work every day, ruminating basically on this old version and past experiences with her boss. And every day as she showed up at work, she saw that play out in her reality. So she was speaking in her thoughts to this version of her boss that she didn't like, right? She was speaking to that version of her boss that was rude, disrespectful, critical. And in essence, as she was thinking about all of that, she was saying, yes, please, more of this. I want to keep you here. I want to keep that version here. Ruminating on that old story. It's easy to do. We've all done it, right? Because when something has hurt us, we tend to want to give that attention and take care of it. But what we don't realize when we're doing that, we're basically saying, I want to keep you right here. Please give me more of this. Please stay in my reality just as you are. So as Neville worked through this situation, this lady began to change her conversations, her thoughts about her boss. She began to see him in a more favorable light. And as she persisted in that, she began to see the new version show up. So as her story changed, as the conversation changed, as her thoughts about her boss changed, she saw a different version show up in her reality. She saw the version that she preferred. She saw the version that she wanted. So as she changed her inner dialogue, as she changed her inner thoughts, she was speaking now to a different version of her boss. She was calling in a better experience with her boss. She was whispering, so to speak, as Neville says, a new story. She is whispering in secret because it was internal, right? She had to do the work inside. It was between her and this new version that she was creating and aligning with inside of herself. So, guys, this is what all of us have to do. When you want to see something different in your relationship, you have to quit calling in the old version of the person that you're thinking of, whether it's romantic or your boss or your friend. You have to let go of that old story, because if you continue to think about the old story, you are calling in and speaking to that version that is a part of that old story. You have to create a new story. And if you can think about a new story, if you can begin to create that new experience internally, it already exists, it's already there. And I want you to think of yourself as just calling that in, right? You're speaking to it. As you create a new outcome, a better outcome, you're saying, I want you. I want this new experience. And guys, you can do this. It's not just with people, but with anything. You can speak to your body. When you begin to speak to your body in a favorable way, you're calling in this version of your body that is healthy, that is fit, that is the shape that you want, the figure that you want, that has the energy that you want. When you begin to think favorably, you are speaking to the favorable outcome, the favorable version of your body. Also to your house, to your car, to your money, whatever it is that you want, begin to think about the favorable version that you want, right? A favorable version of money would be money that comes in effortlessly, money that's abundant, money that's always available. This sort of mindset, you think favorably about things. All right. So take your attention, take your eyes off of the old story, the old version, the unfavorable version. And it will take persistence at first, because as I said, we somehow want to nurse that hurt feeling, right? We want to take care of it. But when we're doing that, and when we're continually putting attention on that old version, that old story, we are in essence saying, I want to keep you. I want you to stay right here. I want more of you, because it's your attention that is energy, it's frequency, and it's connecting to that version of something. So take your attention off of that old version, the unfavorable version, and put it on what you do want. The more you do it, then this becomes the habit. This becomes the new pattern. This becomes the new mindset, right? Is creating literally a new synapse. The more you do it over and over, it becomes automatic to begin to think favorably about people, outcomes, situations, things. All right, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. It's just second nature. And as you get to that place where it becomes second nature, you begin to relax into feeling that the experience is real, that it's yours, and it has no other choice but to show up in the way that you want it. So guys, I just want you to remember your thoughts are very powerful. They're never wasted, never. They're always aligning you potentially with some outcome. And so you have to, with your mental diet, persist in the story that you want, because you are calling in the experience. You're saying to whatever or whoever you are thinking about, you're saying to them, this is what I want more of. I want more of you. So be conscious of your thoughts. Be conscious of what you're speaking to. Be conscious of what you're calling into your reality, because your thoughts are creating it. Your thoughts are aligning you with that outcome. So guys, I hope that this is encouraging. Happy manifesting. I do want to mention that links are down below if you want to work one-on-one with me in coaching, or check out my course, Awaken to I Am. All right, guys, thank you so much. I will see you next week. Bye.